As a kid, I was always fascinated with history. I read about it, I watched documentaries, but now I want to visit and walk the ground of those historic places that I've spent years studying. Join me on my trek, History Adventures. In this episode, we're at the Guadalcanal American Memorial. The Guadalcanal American Memorial is located on Skyway Drive, high on the ridges overlooking the Solomon Island capital city of Honiara and several of the island's key battle locations. The concept for the memorial was initiated by a number of veterans and historians and became a joint effort with the American Battle Monuments Commission and the Guadalcanal Solomon Islands Memorial Commission. This combined effort to establish a tribute to Americans and Allied troops led to the Guadalcanal American Memorial, dedicated on the 50th anniversary of the landings on Red Beach on August 7, 1992. Every August 7th at dawn, a ceremony is held to commemorate the first day of the Battle of Guadalcanal. The memorial is located on what is known as Hill 73, the first location west of the Matanikaw River that the U.S. Marines occupied on August 18, 1942. The memorial is designed with a large memorial pylon flanked by both the U.S. and Solomon Island flags. There are 4 large panels that are oriented in the direction of the 4 major battles fought: Henderson Field Bloody Ridge, the naval battles of Iron Bottom Sound, the Solomon Island Campaign, Cape Esperance, and Mount Austin. The monument honors those that fought and those that made the ultimate sacrifice in the longest campaign in the Pacific War from August 7, 1942 to February 9, 1943. The monument is maintained by the American Battle Monuments Commission and is a must-visit. There is another story that is incredible. If you're at the memorial, you need to know the story after seeing the memorial plaque in the center of the White Star at the Guadalcanal American Memorial. On August 18, 1942, L Company, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, or L-35, began a combat patrol moving from their perimeter towards the Matanikaw River. Finding that the Japanese had set up a strong fortification near the mouth of the Matanikaw, L-35 moved inland to cross upstream of the Japanese. That evening, they reached the Matanikaw and planned to bivouac and spend the night, crossing the stream early the next morning. The executive officer, First Lieutenant Meade, observed the ridge opposite of their bivouac site and was concerned that if the Japanese occupied the ridge, it would be trouble for the Marines. Lieutenant Meade ordered the Marines to cross the Matanikaw and occupy Hill 73. That night, L-35 bivouacked on the top of the hill. Early the next morning, August 19, 1942, the Marines were spotted on the hilltop by the Japanese, and they were attacked with mortar and rifle fire. Sergeant John Harold Brannock was killed in action and buried on the top of the hill by members of his company. The Marines withdrew from Hill 73 and continued towards the mouth of the Matanikau, hidden on the east side of the ridges from the view of the Japanese. Once the Marines were at the edge of the ridge near present-day Catholic Church Holy Cross, they started their attack on the Japanese. The attack was successful. They captured the Japanese positions. During the attack, First Lieutenant Meade was killed. The troops of L-35 also witnessed the remains of the Getchee Patrol killed a week earlier near the mouth of the Matanikau. After their successful attack, the Marines were ordered to return back to the main perimeter on the east side of the Matanikau River. Sergeant Brannick was killed in action on August 19, 1942, but his body was not recovered. He was listed as missing in action. During the 1992 excavation of Hill 73 for the memorial, the remains of a U.S. Marine were located at the top of the hill. The Central Identification Laboratory in Hawaii investigated the site and recovered the remains. They were listed as unidentified. The first plaque at the completed memorial listed the remains found on the site as the Unknown Warrior. Historian John Innes began researching L-35, their locations on August 18th and 19th, 1942, and located a sketch map showing L-35 was on Hill 73 during that time. He also discovered that a Solomon Islander had taken a ring from the site that was found with the remains. The rings had the initials JHB. Finally locating family members, DNA was tested and it was confirmed that the unidentified remains were that of Sergeant John Harold Brannick in 2006. He was buried in Arlington National Cemetery on August 9, 2006. The plaque at the memorial was updated with Sergeant John Harold Brannick's name. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Guadalcanal American Memorial. Please like and leave a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with everybody you know that's a history buff. Thanks again for watching.